Hey you guys, and welcome back. Today is another video in my monthly inspired makeup look series. I started this in May with my May inspired makeup look, and today I'm doing June. I don't know what the look is going to end up like today. I feel like I don't have anything in mind, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this series and you want to see a makeup look every month, let me know. Other than that, let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, we gotta just, of course, do the disclaimer on the brows that I am growing out, so they're very hairy and unkempt right now. Okay, so I want to start with applying my Milani Soft Focus Glow Complexion Enhancer. I have mine in the shade 03 Bronzed Glow. I've already moisturized and prepped my skin, so I'm just gonna go right in with this. No one like you use this for the first time in a long time, and then the first squirt of the pump is like all hardened. So I also have a series on my channel called Makeup I'm Wearing This Month, and in that series I basically talk about all of the products that I'll be using in the month. So I will try to remember to leave June linked below, and then in this video I'm going to be using products from that video. As you can tell, even though it was in the shade dark deep bronze, it actually shears out, so it's very little coverage and pigmentation, so I think it'll work for any skin tone. I'm going to then go in with my foundation. Well, it's actually a tinted moisturizer. I'm going to use the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Tinted Moisturizer. No, this isn't drugstore, but it is in my June makeup bag, and I've been really liking it lately, so I'm gonna use this as my base. I'm gonna blend it in with my fingers. I feel like that's the best way to use this product, is just with your fingers, because it's kind of like it's a very sheer coverage, and it's kind of just like a moisturizer with like a little bit of color to it, but honestly not that much. I really like the way it makes my skin look very healthy, dewy, glowy, and it's perfect for those summer days when you just don't want a lot of coverage and you don't want your skin to be like weighed down by a foundation. Concealer is my L'Oreal Age Perfect Concealer. I'm gonna use a little bit under my eyes, around my nose, center of my forehead, and then just a little bit on some spots that I have and like some dry patches. I'm just going to blend that in. I love this concealer. It's very like seamless on the skin. It has good coverage, but it's not heavy looking or cakey looking. Like, it doesn't look like I'm wearing a ton of makeup, and it's just such a beautiful product. By the way, this is in the shade Creamy Beige, and the tinted moisturizer was in the shade Sand. So I've been noticing in videos lately that my face just seems really puffy, and I don't know why. I don't know what's different, like what I've changed in my like morning routine or my diet or anything. I'm also struggling a lot with my bangs lately. I feel like they are not looking their best. Also, probably doesn't help that they're like semi-greasy. Before I go in with powders, I'm going to use my cream products. I'm going to use my Physicians Formula Sculpting Bronzer. This is in the shade Toffee. It is just a stick bronzer, but it's very, very nice. It's a really easy to blend out, and it's a nice shade as well. It's kind of like a honey bronze shade. So I've been struggling a lot, and this is something that has not really ever happened to me in like all of my years of life, but I have been struggling a lot this week with migraines. It's really hard to do anything when your head is like pounding. So I mean, I don't know, it could just be a headache. I feel like it might be screen time or possibly a sleep issue. Honestly, I don't know. So if you guys have any tips, or like if you struggle from like headaches and stuff, like what do you do? I don't know if it's like lack of water, or I don't know what it is. I've just been having a hard time. So that is the bronzer on. My skin looks really patchy on this side, and I don't know why. I'm going to use my Milani Cheek Kiss blush in the shade Pink Flirt. I really like this blush color. It's very bright when you first apply it, but once you blend it out, it's just so beautiful. I've really been enjoying it. I'm just gonna use this stippling brush to blend it out. So I'm going back to my parents soon. Like I came home for a bit, like a couple days, like 4 days or so. I'm starting to get back into the groove of like living alone again, because I think I just kind of lost it when I went to my parents, and it was really tough to come back to my house where it's like, you know, an empty house. But I am finally like in the groove of living alone again, and now I think I'm gonna head back to my parents for the next couple weeks. I have just a bunch of videos now pre-filmed, and I don't know when I'm gonna be back in my apartment, so that's kind of why I just like filmed a bunch of videos just in case, and I didn't want to like not post anything in June. So I'm just gonna set my face with some powder. I think I'm only gonna set my under eyes. Ah, no! I just hit pan on my Milani Prep Setting Glow powder, and I would normally be happy about that, but I need to find an alternative to this powder because I can't find it anywhere, like on any Canadian drugstores, and I don't want it to run out on me. It's my favorite powder. It's such a beautiful, natural, luminous finish. So I kind of just set the center of my face and a little bit along like underneath my bronzer. I just washed all my makeup brushes, so I don't have any like with me right now except for the ones that I threw in this makeup bag. But it's kind of hard to set my entire face with this guy, so I'm just gonna leave the rest of it unset. Okay, so my palette of the month is the Revolution Pro Night and Day palette. It's such a pretty palette. I really, really like it. It reminds me so much of June in the weirdest way. Like, I just don't understand why it reminds me of June, but it really does. And I don't really know what I want to do today. I want to just start by taking the brown matte shade, like the lightest one here, and use that as my transition. I don't have any of my usual brushes in front of me because, like I said, I just washed them all. So I'm grabbing like these ones, which, like, they're not my usuals. Like, I don't even have my blending brush with me, but just do our best. This to be really nice over the next couple days, like really hot and sunny, and I'm really excited for that. I feel like we've not had the best weather this week, and I'm kind of like craving some heat and sun. Okay, and then I think I am going to go in with the darker brown matte shade and use that in my outer corner. I wanted to keep it simple, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should just do something more dramatic. I feel like this palette reminded me of June because it's actually quite smoky. I feel like it's not super bright or summery, but then it has these like pops of color in it that I think make it more almost like the start of summer. And then like the blue reminds me of the ocean and stuff, and as the days get hotter, people are going to start going back to the beaches. I feel like that brown didn't blend out as well as I wanted it to. I'm going to go into the blue brown shade. I know I used this in a video, like I was wearing it in a video recently, but it's so cool. It's kind of like extraterrestrial, or like a mermaid. It has that blue, green, brown reflectiveness to it. I do feel like the shimmers in this palette apply best with the fingers. I feel like with the brush, they're just a little bit like flaky and they don't have the best color payoff, but with my fingers, they seem to be okay. Oh, I did have my blending brush. I didn't know that. I want to go a little bit into the gold shade, and I'm just going to use this in the inner half of my eye. Like almost like the, well, yeah, pretty much the inner corner highlight. I'm going to take some of the dark brown matte shade under my eye, kind of line my lower lash line. I want to use the blue, like I really want to use this blue, but I'm scared of ruining the look if I add in the blue. I might add a little bit of blue on the lower lash line. Let's see how that looks. Oh my god, I'm nervous. I feel like whenever I try something new, it just doesn't work. Like I can see it in my mirror. It's like a very like faint touch of blue, just like a little bit of blue. And I think I'm going to add some of the black shade to my upper lid, like in the outer corner. Just kind of smoke out the outer corner a bit. Like not a ton, I don't want this to be that dramatic. Kind of blend that out. I'm gonna add a little bit more of the blue-green duochrome shade just to make sure it's as intense as I can get it, this shade right here, to my brow bone. Not that I really want to do that because it is going to emphasize all those hairs, but it's such a pretty shade and I didn't use it in my inner corner, so I think I want to use that. You know what, actually I'm going to add a little bit of it to my cheeks as well as like my highlight. Actually a really pretty like highlight shade, which is good because I didn't pick a highlighter this month. Like I didn't include it in my makeup I'm wearing this June, so that's perfect that it was in this palette for me. Okay, so it's a little bit messy, not like my best eye look. I feel like that's what the colors look like. Not my best work. But I do really like the duochrome colors. I think they're really, really pretty. I shouldn't have done the blue on the bottom. I'm just gonna curl my lashes and then apply my mascara. That is the eye look complete. I'm going to just apply some lipstick and I'm gonna use I'm gonna sharpen it, my NYX Dazed and Diffused lipstick in the shade Girls Trip, one of my favorites. Probably my favorite shade from their Dazed and Diffused line that I've tried. I just don't like that you have to sharpen it, but it's whatever because the formula is so good. Oh, by the way, it's so hard for me to talk when I'm doing my lips. I don't know why I started talking now. But I started Money Heist on Netflix and it's so scary. I did not expect it to be so scary. And I think it's scary because I don't really know like how graphic or how intense it's gonna be. Like sometimes like with heist movies and things like that, things can get really scary and really intense, and I think I just don't know enough about the show to know if it's gonna be like that or if it's gonna be more like, you know, a mind game thing versus like actual people dying. It has been really good so far. I watched it in Spanish with the English subtitles. There's a really great character in it who I really like. His name's Rio. I'm only in season 1, so don't spoil anything, but I really like him. He's really cute and I just want to like save him, like take him out of the movie and save him. That is the lip color. A little overboard with the upper, like look like a clown a little bit. I don't know how this happened. I think when I use the brush to like blend it out, I end up going over my lip line. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of gloss. I might regret this and wish I hadn't added the gloss, but oh well. And that is the completed makeup look. This is the makeup look inspired by June. The duochrome colors and the little bit of blue, like it's probably not noticeable, but the blue on the bottom kind of reminds me of the rain because it does rain a lot in June here. I don't know, I'm going like completely off on like a weird thing here. But I hope you guys enjoyed this look. As always, let me know if you like this series and if you want me to keep doing it. Hope you have an amazing June or are having an amazing June depending on when I'm posting this video. I don't know why I hadn't zoomed out yet. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. Thank you guys as always for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Please subscribe if you would like to see more videos and I will see you in my next one.